Hey everyone, and welcome to the next edition of the Snapchat. I'm joined today, as I always am, by Cozy Snap. Cozy, I gotta tell you, man, it's been an interesting week in Marvel stuff. No, it hasn't. Elixir came out, and I know that we always talk about, like, all right, guys, like, we don't want cards to be completely, like, meta warping and meta shaking and stuff like that. But when Surge came out, I was like, yo, I'm actually excited to play Marvel Snap. When Esme came out, which was actually at the same time Surge, I was like, yeah, I'm actually excited to play some Marvel Snap. And then Elixir came out, and I was literally streaming playing this card, and you know what I wanted to do? Anything else. Anything else than play this absolute dog fecal card. Dude, I'm telling you right now, this might be one of the worst cards I've ever released. And not like worse in the case of like, oh, Martyr actually actively makes you lose the game. This is a card that, like, bro, like, why? Why? Like, why release this? This card is so dog shit that I adamantly recommend that you dodge it. Like, do not get this card. Do not go for it at all. It is so unbelievably bad. It's just, I don't know, man. Like, is that my review? 44% win rate, 5% popularity, negative 0.33 cube rate. Almost half of a cube gone every single time you even attempt to play Elixir.
Way too many restrictions, bro. You know who was the last... anytime you get next turn, last turn stuff, typically it's so, like, War Machine before he got his thing was you can move cards the next turn and nothing can change. It sucked because it's so limiting, and this is the same thing. It's like, it just doesn't work. It's crap. Elixir, we knew it. We knew he was going to be bad. At least we nailed it. But yeah, this is definitely just like, you know, this is like opening up a physical card pack and pulling like a football card when you open up Magic cards. Like, it's like, just like, what? We're doing nothing with this, right? So yeah, man, I think we could both safely say, woof, just, hated him.
Yeah. This card is like when you open up a pack of cards and not even like a token. Like, you know, when you get a token in Magic the Gathering. Sometimes some card games, you open up a card pack and inside will be like thank you for opening. Here's a treasure card. And you're like, okay. And you just like throw it out, or you just like fold it in half and throw it in the garbage or something like that. Like, that's basically what it is. Elixir's so bad, I don't even want to talk more about it. It's absolute garbage. It's probably going to, here's the fun fact, it's going to get buffed. It's going to be like buffed to the point where it's like they got rid of the last turn restriction, and then it's going to go absolutely insane and everyone's going to wish they had it. Then they're going to get mad at us for saying it was bad.
They're definitely going to overbuff it. That's the only thing about getting it is, you know, they're going to do something to this card. They're definitely going to buff this card. No, there's no way they don't.
And there's also Kid Omega. Like, you actually talked about it at length, right? Last week, where like, really, this is probably a Kid Omega card, and when that card comes out, there's a chance there's an opportunity for them to be tested together. I almost wish that if they're going to do the Kid Omega thing during a weekly event or like a game mode or whatever, should have released Elixir then, right? You know, you just release them at the same time, so at least we can test it or something like that.
Yeah.
As it stands right now, like, I don't even want to talk about the card, so I'm good to move on. But actually, on that note, there is something I want to talk about. It's unrelated to Snap, but I just got to bring it up. Okay? So, I don't know if you've experienced this yet, or anybody that's listening. This is for you guys too, because I need to know if you guys have seen this. So, Cozy, your family's very young, so you haven't quite had my kid's in school and all the stuff other kids are saying are like influencing what they say and how they speak.
I dread that.
You haven't figured that out yet?
No.
Or not that you haven't figured out. You haven't experienced that yet. Well, let me just tell you a quick little story. So, I came home the other day, and both my so I have 3 sons and a daughter. My daughter's like on her iPad, like she's doing something. The 2 middle ones, so they're 6 and 3, they're running around and they're like screaming like mozzarella, cappuccino, principessa. Like, they're screaming all this stuff. And I'm like,
this kid,
what?
The TikTok kid, the short kid.
I'm like, what? And then so my wife's like, what? I'm like, why are they yelling all this Italian garbage? My wife's like, oh, that's just the Italian brain rot. She's like, that'll be gone in a week. And I'm like, wait, what are you talking about? And she's like, oh, there's this thing, all the kids everywhere, even in my school. She's a junior kindergarten teacher. She's like, all the kids are running around just yelling Italian nonsense. It's like the new cool thing.
No, there's like a kid that blew up. My wife showed it.
I don't understand this. I don't know the source material. East Coast,
and like when I met my wife, I'm from the South. I was like, hey, like, would you like to go, you know, maybe get like an espresso? She's like, oh yeah, I love some hot coffee. I'm like, whoa, what did you just say? Like, what? So like, this kid goes on there and he's like, it's not mozzarella, it's mozzarella. And here's like one thing that, like, I don't watch shorts. I don't watch or consume TikTok or anything like that. And it's not because I think I'm better than you. It's because, like, again, I avoid things that I know I'll be addicted to heavily. And I know like once or twice. Oh, YouTube Shorts, and then I'm on there 30 minutes. I'm like, nope, devil, go away, devil. So like this kid blew up. My wife showed him to me, and he's like, it's not mozzarella, it's mozzarella, and like he does this. He blew up overnight. This guy has made more followers and money than both of us have in our entire career.
That's a good thing. That's it reassures me greatly to know that this Italian brain rot kid has popped off harder than years of our hard work or expertise. You know what? Honestly, that's the internet, man. I'm not even mad. You might think I'm mad. I'm not. This is what I expect to happen.
Bro, you know what I want to show you?
I hope you put on a clip of that Pokemon Go everyday kid, because that's another kid that blew up for all the right reasons. I hope you pull something awesome here. And don't be too long, because I don't want to edit this.
My mother-in-law, it does she helps people with like garage sales and stuff, like tag sales, I think is what they call them over there. And she's like, she hit me up. She's like, did you play Yu-Gi-Oh as a kid? I'm like, I dabbled. I dabble a little bit.
I dabbled in Yu-Gi-Oh.
And she's like, I found this entire binder that's in pristine condition. Do you want it? And I was like, first of all, the answer is always yes. Like the answer is never yes.
Yeah,
I sleeved him. Where did I put him? I put him over there. Bro, this baby had it's every OG, like perfectly done every OG Yu-Gi-Oh card in prime condition. First of all, this thing's worth thousands of dollars, which is just dope, but I'm not getting rid of it. But look, I got my Dark Magician in there. I got Blue Eyes.
Whoa,
bro,
that's awesome.
Bro, it's a whole binder full of all the OGs. And what's awesome is I just finished my collection of all the Pokemon. And this, dude, it had all of Exodius. Guys, my friends out there, it had them all. It had a pot of greed. Anyway, I thought that was really, really dope. And it was fun too. It was so cool to go Blast of the Past. And you know what else is fun is seeing every card game did stuff to like serial and like stamp when it was made, where it was from, and everything. And like I learned about Yu-Gi-Oh! It's got this little seal at the bottom. Is it silver? Is it gray? And then it's got a serial code. Oh, it was a movie release. Bro, I've learned it all. And now I'm kind of like in memory lane of Yu-Gi-Oh! Over here.
I actually did not play much Yu-Gi-Oh! I played the digital client a little bit, but actual classic Yu-Gi-Oh! I had not played much of. But this story reminds me of like the stories that you'll hear every once in a while. Like once a year, there's always someone on like Reddit or something that's like, was at a garage sale and saw this for $3, and it's like an OG case of like Magic the Gathering, like set one.
Always,
like
dude, it's
from
crazy.
Like some lady came out like, oh, this was my, second husband's card box, and I don't know what's in it, but if you got $3, it's like, you know what I mean? It's worth like 400 grand. It's like, that kind of stuff happens. Oh, also, by the way, everyone who's here for Marvel Snap content in shambles. I can't wait to see the guy. Like, there's that one guy who, for some reason, I'm not banned from the channel yet, that really gets mad every single time we're not talking about Marvel Snap.
I'm just like not going to talk about it. These are all my Magic cards. I'm trying to find.
He's like, no, I want to keep talking about Magic.
No, bro.
Cards.
You know what I was trying to find is I also in this exact binder. It was at the very end. There's this Misty card, Misty from Pokemon, but Japanese. And I was like, why is this in here? And it was like in a little like case, a special case. And my buddy told me that this card's worth a lot of money, and I'm like, why? It's because Misty doesn't have any clothes on it, but it's like shadowed, so they didn't release it in the U.S. So now I have some rare piece of Hente, and then also I have a Grimer card in here too. All right, you know who Grimer is? Does that hit you at all?
The Pokemon,
yeah, the little yeah.
He's like he turns into muck.
Yeah, so there's another one where he's in a sewer looking up. He's like that card's worth a lot of money, and I was like, why? Because there's a girl with a skirt, and it looks like he's looking up the skirt. This is what people pay for. And
I'm glad you saved the hentai conversation for my side of the Snapchat.
It's not. It's more. I just thought this was unique stuff. I have 2 Japanese cards. They are for sale. No, I don't know what I'm gonna do with these.
Yeah.
There's all Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and then this one guy's binder just had this. I was like, what is this? So anyway, I thought that was kind of cool.
They should do a cozy variant of this Grandmaster where all the cards that are floating in the air are like, it's like the Grimer, like sewer one, and like the Misty nude one and stuff like that. It's so unfortunate, Cozy, that this conversation had to happen here. Cozy, we got to talk about the best cards in Marvel Snap that no one is playing. Now, what we kind of did here was we want to take a look at cards that have very high win rates, surprisingly high win rates, but very low play rates. And some of these will surprise you. Like we might bring up a card or two. You're like, Alex, I think everyone's playing that. But it's like, no, actually, statistically, they're not. It's just been a very good deck that maybe no one's playing. But there's also some absolute bangers in here. Individual cards that have incredibly high win rates that are seeing no play. So I'm going to start off with a bit of a fun one here. A very fun one. It's not that fun. Ever since the change to Sam Wilson, Obsidian has had one of the absolute lowest play rates in Marvel Snap, and yet disproportionately one of the better win rates. It has a 53% win rate across all games post-Infinite, and less than a single percentage of play. And this was a card that was dominated with the Sam Wilson synergy because the shield was a place for you to play Obsidian. This card has since completely disappeared, even though Thanos is everywhere. And if you're playing Thanos, Obsidian is an easy 10 power to put down. So I ask you, Cozy, why aren't we playing Obsidian?
That's the question. Dude, you know, I don't know. I feel like once he was removed from the Sam Wilson thing, everyone's like, all right, I'm done. It's like Copycat was still good, but people just like didn't want to play it after they changed it. I don't know. I always love this conversation because I feel like it's like, oh, I should just be playing these cards more. But am I going to play more Cole after this? Like, I don't know. Maybe, probably not. Like, but why, right? Is it because of the condition area? Like, is it just because it can feel bad, but not often?
It's true. I mean, in theory, the Strange Supreme is giving the suck to all the stones. And so, like, Obsidian might lose an opportunity to be able to play it somewhere. And then the other version of Thanos is going to be the ongoing card version, and Obsidian does not fit in that. So maybe that is a factor there. And Cozy, I want to throw one more at you. This one even has a higher percent win rate, but it has slightly more play rate at 3%. The win rate is 54.5%, almost 55%. And this is Man-Thing. It's one of the highest percentage win rate cards in Marvel Snap, largely due to the popularity of Thanos. And it sees only 3% of play. Like, are you kidding me?
That's
this card's
insane.
incredible right now.
That's crazy, actually. I don't think I knew, especially when you get that with a card that has the punishment that you can have with something like Man-Thing. That's crazy. We don't see affliction cards ever get super high in win rates because of that, which means the people that are playing it are just good players. And it also means that if you are knowing what you're doing with it, it punishes. Yeah, they openly talked about Thanos. On a question and answers, Glenn addressed it. He's like, no, we're not going to do anything right now because there's plenty of stuff to kind of hard counter it at the moment. And we think it's in a fine place. And obviously it is affliction and what that can pull off. So that blew my mind. Question for you. Have you been playing Sauron lately?
No, I've not.
I feel like Sauron is one of those that they changed. Everyone was like, yeah, this is awesome. And then we didn't hear boo. I didn't play it much after, but it was doing well.
Dude, I'm so glad you brought up Sauron because it's currently running the second highest win rate in Marvel Snap as an individual card, according to Untapped post-Infinite stats only, at 54.8%. That's its win rate, and its play rate is 1.5%.
That's crazy, 1%. That's wild, man. Elixir had 5%.
I know. Well, that's because it's Elixir's week, and everyone's like, I got this card. Let's cope and hope together. But no, Sauron is legit one of the absolute poster boys. Should I put Sauron on the thumbnail? I think I got to put Sauron on the thumbnail. Put him on. Almost a 55% win rate at 1% play rate. Second best statistical card in the game, according to Untapped. 1% play rate. And meanwhile, cards like Sam Wilson are almost 30% still. Right, and it has almost 5% lower, 4% lower win rate. It's like just above 50 range.
That's mind blowing.
Crazy. Yeah, absolutely mind blowing. So I love that call out. And I mean, if we're talking about the second best, do you actually want to know what the highest win rate card in Marvel Snap is right now with disproportionately the lowest play rate?
Hit me.
It's Abomination. Abomination, believe it or not, according to Untapped, is running a flat 55% win rate and only sees 3% play. Now, the way that Abomination is currently being played is there is a high evolutionary toxic shell, which is crushing Thanos lists. And what they do is they basically put a ton of blanket power on the board. You'll get an Abomination for free. Perhaps you're playing Man-Thing in that deck as well, and then you slam an Ajax or whatever. And you're literally playing Evo for just Abomination. The Evo package is Evo and Abomination, just those two, nothing else, just to get that free Abomination as a slam down. 55%. That's its win rate, 3% play.
Goodness. That's crazy. For First of all, it's so funny to think that you could play Abomination not in that deck. Like, what is he gonna do? But also, yeah, dude, that was always like Abomination was always the card that was like so fascinating, even back when they released High Evo, and like we tried to make him work. We thought like he's gonna go really crazy, but now there's been so much to enable him. I'm shocked by that. I'm more shocked by 1% on Sauron, I'll be honest, but I'm shocked by the Abomination being the top.
Yeah, I mean, what surprised me about the Abomination is that like you wouldn't think that it's good enough. Like, I mean, you can get Stature almost free. I mean, Stature obviously is like not quite as powerful or as free as Abomination can be, but is a 0/9 really that impactful? The answer is yes. Like it is. A 0/9 is crazy impactful, especially when you're doing all that negative synergy and negative impact on the opponent's board. So it is crazy what it's doing. And yes, just like Sauron is completely off the meta right now, considering how good it is. And it did just get a power injection, not only with Starbrand, but obviously the change of cost to Sauron from a 3 to a 2, which is absolutely huge. Now, Coccia, another card that we need to talk about, it's similar to Sauron, where I was like, it was a bit of a flavor of the month, and it got nerfed very heavily. Guys, it's Surtur. Surtur running a 54.6% win rate and an identical 1.5% play rate to Sauron. So another card with a very high win rate, but almost little play. Surtur. What are your thoughts, Cozy?
Good. Like, I feel like he was all over the place for so long that it's like something I didn't want to see for a while. And I really don't even feel like we were that far removed from that. Like that was only a couple months ago at this point. I mean, it's already almost June, which is freaking wild. But I feel like if you're gonna play it, I mean, it's a stupid good strong card still. Like it's so funny because it's one of those that even though it got hit 9 times in an OTA, like it's still just like base value insanely strong and will always continue to get strong as we continue to get more cards that can do great effects of great power. And what was the popularity again?
1.5%, Cozy, identical to Sauron.
Yeah, that's kind of wild. That's actually, considering it was probably like 30% all but, a few months back.
Yeah. And it surprises me too, because very similar to Thanos, like the statement you said Glenn had made, I felt like Surtur had lots of counters. Like you could punch this card out, you could Shadow King it. Like there was a lot of answers. It was just everything else. And I think what ultimately hurt it was the change to Scar going to a 7 power. And actually, another thing, we haven't seen the Scar Hella stuff anymore.
I know, dude. Scar, the Scar heyday was fun because Scar was like, that was crazy. Scar had like combined everything. You know what's wild is how popular Mobius has become too. Like just with like having to like have to have him now. Not have to, but like just he's way stronger than he was even just 6 months ago.
Yeah, Mobius that like because first of all, I think Esme is good, but also like even small things like getting Thanos to 5 cost with the Time Stone. That's like a really good 5 power play, especially when you have something like a Soul Stone on the board and like now Thanos is indestructible.
Yep.
Yeah, you can play him anywhere. Like that is a really good play on 5. Doesn't surprise me. A card that's seeing absolutely no play, by the way, shout out to Agamotto. Did you guys forget that card existed? That's a damn shame. Cozy, is there a card that you want to throw our way?
Alex, I'm going to say the card that we already talked about a bit on my side, Zorn, is Scream. They have addressed this card a ton, but it only has a 5.5% play rate, which seems extremely low considering this thing is still one of the most annoying and just insanely disruptive great cards within Snap. It enables, and there's so much to play around it now. Why does it have such a low play rate?
It's funny because I just literally did my meta overview video and Scream was once again number one, and it was the Silk hydration stomper variation. And yeah, you're right, it's running a 54% win rate. Basically, it's 53.8 according to OneTap, but a 5.5% play rate. That's way too low. Like, imagine if the best deck in the game was only running a 5% play rate. Like, that's actually kind of insane. It's a bit of a statistical outlier in the sense that, like, yo, this deck is phenomenal, and yet only 5% of people want to play. Meanwhile, Thanos, everyone wants to play Thanos for some reason, and the card is significantly weaker compared to the Strange Supreme is not putting up numbers like Scream has.
Yeah, it's wild.
Right? It's like at like 51% or something like that. Like it's not nearly as high as Scream.
Is it because it's more one-dimensional? Like what is it that? Is it just more one-dimensional so it's not as...
It might just be the new hotness. Like people don't want to play Scream because it's not hot anymore. Like there's just new fancy stuff to play. Why would you play Scream when you can play Surge? You could probably play them together, honestly.
Yeah, fair enough. And that's why it's like, I think that people get caught up with like new cards, new meta. It's like you could still play stuff that was just out not long ago and it still dominates.
Yeah, and there's a couple other cards I think that are worth mentioning here. Now, the next one we're going to bring up from a win rate perspective is phenomenal at a 53.8% win rate, but it offers only a 4% play rate, and that's Ajax. Now, in the case of Ajax, what I think is actually happening here is that I think this is a resource scarcity issue where people have very often not wanted to invest in something like an Ajax, despite the fact that it has been consistently one of the top performers. We actually recently, this past week, had a non-Ajax Affliction deck running Malekith doing a pretty good job because of the prevalence of Thanos. But overall, Ajax has been tremendous, but like those decks, despite their win rates, have never penetrated the meta from a popularity standpoint. Because I think that a lot of people had like, Ajax was one of the cards we lose in Spotlights. We were supposed to get Ajax in a Spotlight, but then the Spotlights disappeared in favor of the snap packs.
I think honestly, it has to do with just the same thing with move. Affliction can be scary to mess with, and I think that at the end of the day, and what you just said, like getting all the stuff needed for it, which is also move. Like move gets better the more stuff that you can help with it. And so both these are like really strong archetypes that aren't strong until you really power it up. And at that point, you are investing in one thing, right? And we just talked about it last week, where it's like, cards that can do multiple things is what's important and to invest in. And so that's probably the reason behind it. But it is wild considering how long it's been dominant.
Yeah, and a special shout out here to close out the conversation on Gorgon, who's running a nearly 53% win rate at only 3% popularity. If you don't like Thanos and you don't like created cards, Gorgon is a good option, and it is statistically doing pretty well, Cozy. Just like the plethora of questions we received for our Snapchat mailbag, my friend. We got a lot of, listen, there were so many comments about the look back, the way back look back that we did. And I have a couple. So the first comment here is actually a collection of them. Kerman said, by far the most I've ever laughed at a Snapchat episode. These takes were hilarious. Followed by Kid Ghost, who said, at 42 minutes, Alex, that turn 4 Iron Man, turn 5 Zola segment had me literally in tears. I haven't laughed this hard watching the Snapchat in ages. With the Afro Fluff, longtime supporter of our content, saying, Alex hitting the oh humanity pose every time his past self said some insane takes. Cozy, I want to say, first of all, not only do we have a tremendous, you're funny, yeah, a lot of fun and a lot of love for that thing, but I want to also say, Cozy, that the people don't know how much extra work you had to do to even get that segment going. Do you want to talk about the just plethora of technical issues you had to overcome? I'm trying to
forget it. All of the reaction stuff, guys, lost the audio. All of it. So, like, not us, but the stuff we were watching. So, hey, how do you fix that? You have to replay it at the exact spot. Oh, wait, but we stopped and paused it multiple times. Hours of work. 5, 6, 7 hours to get that thing out. It's great. All-nighter. I want to move on. But I will say this. I rewatched it, bro, multiple times. I was cackling, bro. Cackling. Rewatching that entire bit. And I think the most fun thing about it, and if we do that again, is that we just pulled up random stuff and we just kind of like let it play. And that was so fun because we had no idea what to expect. And just like the confidence that we had in our prior takes, like the whole thing was funny. But I laughed so hard. Did you play the Shauna deck?
No, I actually started building it though. And it doesn't look that bad.
Ravonna, turn 3. Iron Man, turn 5. Zola, or 4. Zola 5, Shauna 6. Checkmate.
Boom. With Squirrel Girl. Yeah.
Check.
Easy dubs. 8
Checkmate.
cubes.
Zudek, as you described it.
Yeah, but honestly, that whole segment was a ton of fun. And even just getting a chance to look back at our former selves was absolutely great. And then, man, the amount of comments we received about this topic as well. And rest assured, friends, no spoilers ahead. Royal Nerd Gaming said, I can't believe Alex stopped playing exactly where he did in Expedition 33. I will say no more. And Cozy, I will say that Expedition 33, I have since passed that part. Absolutely mind-blowing turn of events in that game. It continues to be one of my absolute favorite games I've ever played in a very long time. Gets my absolute most incredible recommendation I can give. And I continue to play it. I'm progressing pretty far. I almost wish we should do like a spoiler cast where we just talk fully about Expedition 33.
That was one of
it is just so good.
That was one comment of like there's 1,000 more in there about it. About just how people are usually like, talk about Marvel Snap. What are you doing? 80% of the comments were people just like, preach. Yes. Goated. And I love that. It is. It's absolutely great. If you haven't played it by now, what are you doing?
And you know what? I had this thought as well with regards to Expedition 33. So there's a moment in it. I'll just say there's a moment under a tree, right? For those that have played it, where I felt so connected to the characters, and I had not experienced that in a long time. And I think that, like, I thought back to my earlier self, years and years and years ago. I hadn't felt that way since I played Mass Effect 3. I remember playing Mass Effect 3, and that same emotion that I got playing that game, I finally felt for the first time since then in Expedition 33. And I was like, I forgot I could even feel this way while playing a game. I think that as we grow up, like, our ability to suspend our disbelief and allow ourselves to get fully drawn into a game world, I think that, like, we almost forget to do that sometimes. I don't know if I have or if anybody else does.
That's what I said last week. You're catching up to what I was saying last week, because you just now are getting to where I was hoping you would get to. What I put in a nutshell, bro, is I said, I don't even hate game stories. Like, I think there's times where I'm like, I'm not invested in stories. It's like, no, story making sucks in games. I think 80% of stuff is slump, and 20%, maybe even that, maybe 10% is truly insane. This was the 1%. Like, this story, it changed my view. It's the same as like how movies used to hit so much harder, and then you're just like, oh, a lot of movies now just suck, right? But then it's like you look back, like Inception, and they're like, whoa. So I'm so glad. And what I love is I know where you are, and you still nowhere. So like we'll reserve it because I can't wait to talk to you when we do. You know what? We're just gonna do a full spoiler thing on this game because I need to hear like things you thought, choices you made, all of it.
Okay, that's good. Maybe we'll have to put that on the agenda for some other conversation. As we go to our next topic, I almost don't want to bring this up, but I'm going to because it came up last week. Matt saying, I know all Leaf fans expected to lose, but did it surprise you to get stomped out like that? Cozy, you even messaged me during period 3. It was like, man, woof. Like, they were down like 6-0 or something
I hope
like
they
that.
Don't disappoint. And I was doing something like, I wonder how the Leafs are going. I was like, if it helps, though, the
It's a
Panthers
shame,
are doing
man.
good right now. They're still crushing it.
How dare you? Don't even bring it up.
No, it doesn't. No. The hurt goes down 10% when you lose to champions, though. So now you need to be the biggest Panthers fans. Like, you got to hope they win it all.
That's very hard. You want me to cheer for the Florida Panthers? I don't know if I can do that. Like, I don't know if I can do that, man.
You don't cheer for them. You're just like, okay, we lost to the champs, you know?
You know what was hilarious, by the way? I was at Costco, and as I am all the time, I was wearing my Maple Leaf sweater, and an employee, I swear this is 100% true, walked by me. He was like, yo, he's like, that's the Costco Maple Leaf sweater. I'm like, yeah, of course it is. It was one that Costco carried a couple years ago. He's like, great news. You can return it, buddy.
Yeah. I thought he was going to say great news. It's 75% off now. Yeah. Whatever. I saw how many game 7s you guys have been in, and it's in the last...
It's awful, man. I don't want to... Listen, Leaf fans should expect nothing, and when we get nothing, we're still disappointed somehow. Anyways, we got to close the Snapchat on by far one of the most hilarious things. There were so many comments on this. It's so funny. Almost all the comments aren't about Snap. But one of the comments, Cozy, you made a statement which apparently flabbergasted so many people. I've chosen 2 of the comments to discuss it. First one comes from Joshua Richardson, who said, Texas is not even close to being bigger than Europe, LOL. And then followed up by Nerd Robot, which is a great name, who said, the size of Texas is 695,662 kilometers squared. The size of Ontario is 892,412 kilometers squared. However, the population of Texas is 31 million. The population of Ontario is 14 million. The more you know. And the reason why I bring this up, Cozy, is because you had stated that Texas was larger than Europe.
Yeah,
which apparently
I
is
just misspoke. I was talking about the United Kingdom, how much it destroys the United Kingdom. It's 15 times smaller than Europe. Yeah, great.
Yeah,
hey.
So people were like, bro. And then what's interesting is, Cozy, I actually was like, yeah, okay, I can see that. Meanwhile, the province of Ontario itself, where I'm from, is larger than Texas. Like, bro, it's physically larger than Texas. So, like, neither of us know what we're talking about.
Hold on, where's Ontario? Let me, bro, I'm looking out Ontario. This is like gotta be 99% wasteland. What's in here? What's in the northern part? Is it just snow?
It's called the Canadian Shield, sir.
What the hell is that?
It's a giant rock. There's a city. Shout out to everyone from Sudbury.
What does that mean? It's a giant rock. Like it's inhabitable. Like people don't live there.
Not really. So there's a city called Sudbury. You know, I'm gonna throw up a picture from Sudbury when I was there. It's literally built on massive stones. Like the roads, they look like they've been dynamited through mountains and stuff like that. The Costco there is on like a slant. Like it's crazy. Like when I say like they're built on the side of a mountain, it's crazy what this place looks like. So yeah, it's mainly like stone and stuff like that. But it just blew my mind.
Bro, I want to see what I said. I feel like I was spitballing that. I said it's very big. I think I'm getting gaslit by my co-host right now. Pretty heavily. No, bro, I'm actually blown away right now. So population Ontario is not even half as big as Texas in population.
Yeah, population wise.
That's yeah,
but I'm saying the physical landmass is larger.
Yeah, but there's nothing there. I mean, there's 20% of Texas that's nothing, to be fair. To be very fair. I'm actually looking at a perfect picture that I'm going to put on screen right now that is going to... I got to go, bro, but I gotta show this. Hold on. I need everybody to see this. Hold on.
Yeah, we're actually out of time. Like, legitimately out of time in real life.
Look at this. There you go.
Oh, you found an actual picture of Texas overlaid on top of Ontario.
So it's not even that much smaller, but then we're double the people.
You know what, man? What we should do is like, someone's got to do the math. Well, someone did do the math. Ontario's bigger. Boom. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We appreciate each and every one of you. You know what, Cozy? You don't need to take this down. Just leave it up. It's fine. They don't need to see us. We love you guys. Zoom in, Cozy. Zoom in more. We love you guys so much. Thank you for supporting the Snapchat. Hey, you guys can see me. Oh, now you can't. We love you. And we'll see you on the next Marvel Snapchat episode.
You still saluted.